happens.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, George Carlin, my mom and dad used to would listen to him, but they didn't want me to hear him, like when I was little, because he was a bit rude. So of course that's what we had to listen to. Me and my sister and my friends, when we would have to find him. So yeah, George Carlin is hilarious. And it's funny how his reels will come up now when I'm watching things, stuff will come up with him talking, and I just love that.
It's like his stuff, he was in front of his time.
Oh yeah. Well, he just wasn't afraid of anything. It's like they could blacklist him, they could, say whatever they wanted to. Certain venues wouldn't host him, but he just would totally like make that part of the joke. That was like the best part.
He's like the old sex, drugs, and rock and roll type rock star.
You said it. Yeah. So did other people join? I mean, like Christina or Amma or Sarah or anybody?
I have a few people lined up. Not today. I have Sarah from. She sometimes comes. She's a projector. She's very active on YouTube.
Okay.
She says she's gonna come December.
Okay.
I have Jolyn. I don't know if you remember Jolyn.
I do.
She says also she might be in. What date it is? She might be in next Sunday. She said something 26th, but she's not sure. So I got two of them. I guess next Sunday, maybe Jolyn is gonna come. And then hopefully on the 3rd, when December starts, we're gonna have Sarah and Jolyn, and we'll see. Like I told, I don't know how much you and Dave talk about the emails, but when he reached out to me about the membership, I said to him, like, of course he can be also on the call with you. It's like, well, just it's all good. And I also told him that if you guys have any friends that might be somewhere in the world, if you want to benefit from this, to come by.
Okay. I'll mention it definitely. He's here. I'm hoping. I think he was wanting to join, so it's just kind of it's like middle of the day here, so sometimes there's like stuff going on. I have found it's so beneficial to me. It's like whatever's going on, to just stop and do the class. To just stop and do this is that hour that I save does not does not turn into production for me personally. That the stop and the doing this is what just cranks up the rest of the day. I took my it's funny, I'm on a couple of supplements, and I took my vitamins today, my B complex. So whenever I take my B complex, there's just like energy just bursting out of every pore. So I've been super on today.
Nice.
I've got my shaker here. I've been trying to chill. Yeah, but this just calms me down. My little egg.
Nice.
Yeah, we're on. I think he's going to come see me.
I'll join you here.
Yeah, you want to put another chair on the side? Let's see if we got both of our faces in here. Here he comes. The big lead in.
Hey, man.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you finally.
Yeah, good to meet you.
We got both our skulls on the screen now.
Yeah, we're on here. I like the backdrop.
Yeah. Peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, warming up here.
Oh, that's fine.
I've got multiple shirts.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like 35 degrees in the mornings, and then it'll get up to almost 70 degrees during the day. So it's like whatever you put on, it's like you're constantly changing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm.
But I'm not complaining because, you know, in a matter of a few days, it could be 20 degrees with 40-mile-an-hour wind. So
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain about it getting warm during the day.
we'll probably have a late winter here. So right on
Mm.
through February and March, and you know, we'll probably have some freezing weather.
Mm.
And it's nice now. We'll have us a nice Thanksgiving.
So
How
we're the only ones on.
are we?
Yeah, we're the only ones on.
Okay. Well, it's again great to meet you, and thank you. Certainly have been enjoying some of the lives
Mm.
and as well as what I've learned with even some of the moves.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned to you, been practicing that at some various times, and it's just most helpful.
Mm.
Mhm.
I like how that sounded. That last part was most helpful.
Yes. Yeah. Great to start the day with.
Mm.
And I realize, I guess it's like 6 or 7 p.m. there where you're at. Or what time is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from 6 to 7.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're getting near the end of your day, I guess, and we're in the middle of our day. I've been doing some of those moves around 6 a.m.
Mm.
Mhm.
Since it's a little bit warmer, I go outside and I'm doing them while I'm listening to the birds and watching the sunrise.
Mm.
He
So
does.
it's nice.
That's what he does.
It's really nice.
It's a very peaceful way to start the day.
Yeah, and then she has a very peaceful day to start the day with.
Yeah, more frequently.
Mm-hmm. So I've been catching some of the human design basics class,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
and I'm looking forward to perhaps I don't know if you call that a meeting or a reading or whatever, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to maybe letting you take a look at my chart
Mm-hmm.
and talking with you about that.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Do you have any questions so far about the course? Everything clear or?
Yeah, everything is clear. It's clear. It's concise. It's I like the arrangement. And right now I feel like I'm a little bit of everyone and
Mm.
every type.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to learn. I got so much out of the first, the human design basics, and then the middle one, I got more out of that. But the advanced, I'm just having to take it really slow because I get so much. I'm getting so much out of the advanced.
Yeah, go at your own pace, definitely.
Yeah, I think I'm going to retake the beginner and listen to everything again. I've mainly been playing it in the background while I've been doing some other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to restart the whole thing and sit down with a notebook and make a few notes, but already quite a bit of help to understand sort of myself and others.
Mm-hmm.
Got my hot water. Got my hot water here.
Yeah.
My metabolism fired up.
I need some hot water with some coffee in it.
Yeah, he's a coffee. He drinks. He's a coffee drinker.
Mm-hmm.
I love how it smells, but I don't drink it. It smells delicious.
I think that's one of my few remaining bad habits, perhaps.
Yeah,
As one might classify.
yeah. He and I both recently quit smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, for a long, like, since like forever.
And cigarette.
Yeah, but we
Amazing.
haven't in what, like 2 months now.
Yeah. Really hadn't missed it.
No, I haven't missed it. I feel so much
Mm-hmm.
better. I really do. The habit was a bit at first. It was like just the habit of it, but the actual, like, smoking it and the feeling, and then the, down and then wanting more. I don't miss that.
Yeah. Certain timer intervals.
Yeah, I noticed that when I would think about it, it was like in transition. When it was a transition time, like I've been out, it's been a big long day. I get home and I would think about
Oh,
I would
okay. Mm-hmm.
smoke before I would start doing something else, or I would finish something and it's time to start something else. And it's like that would be normally when I would
It's that intermission.
go smoke before I start the
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I notice it's like it's these transition times. And so I just, it's like do some squats, take a walk,
Mm-hmm.
do some breathing. It's so wonderful to breathe. I feel like I can take such deeper breaths now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the fractional breathing that we do, where we go in, and then out, and then all the way out, that
Mm-hmm.
feels amazing. And I'm getting better at it now. I've got such a long out breath now that I can go all the way out and then just stop and just be empty. And that feels so good. Have you noticed some changes in your breathing?
Yes, in breathing. And the changes actually came about fairly quickly. It's amazing how quickly you can recover from what you do to yourself when you stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, in breathing and singing,
Absolutely.
Nice.
even the range, and such.
David
Mm.
has a great voice.
In my private concerts,
Yeah.
in the or whatever. Yeah, I understand you guys are collaborating a bit on some music. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to talk? You want to talk about it?
No. I feel like it's just so much ahead of us. It's still like in the it's still just a little bud, waiting to open.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
go ahead.
been writing some rhymes, collecting them. We found a few beats we might see to record to. Yeah, we're gonna see where it flows. But now that you mention it, that you have a nice voice, we'll see how it flows to join us.
Well, thank you, but no, I was certainly not trying to invite myself into your project, but
No. I'm inviting you. I don't believe
okay.
like you were trying to plug yourself in or something.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Talk more. Tell me more about the singing part after, like because I've struggled with weed addiction for years, and I made a lot of talks about it. So I would love to hear what you have to say about anything. And singing is great now that you've mentioned it. Like, what's the difference you feel in your singing now after you've quit?
Oh, it's really just lung power and volume and capacity and the holding of certain notes, the reaching of certain notes without the words. Sometimes you try to sing along with your you know, some of your favorite artists, and there's some people that no, I'm not gonna, I'll just listen. And you know, and then there's some other ones that, well, this song is kind of in my range. I've just been able to push my range a little bit without coughing or being in pain. You know, I would try to do it before because I like the music and I like singing, and sometimes I do when I drive, which now I do more when I drive because I used to just smoke when I, you know, getting quitting cigarettes at the same time.
Mm.
Both of them long-term habits has kind of given me some more lung power, but the singing occupies some of my travel time, and you know, used to, by the time I would get to my destination, I might have hurt myself. You know, depending on the music I was listening to, and I can kind of hang in there a little bit more with other you know, songs or artists. So yeah, just lung power, and I'm still too loud. I'm anyway, which Karen tells me to keep my voice down sometimes.
Not really. I'm trying to tell you that.
Well, it's just, you know, for years I've been an instructor, and I'm not an instructor that I don't use a microphone, and I don't really have to for whatever size group. So sometimes that volume control isn't there, and so maybe I can start controlling the lower range as well. You know?
You hear his resonance. It's like he can stand in front of an auditorium and speak, and everybody hears him. There's no microphone needed.
So sometimes I'm just talking, and Karen's like, "It's just me, me in here."
It's just me, and I'm right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he has a lovely resonance.
Oh, thank you.
And you spoke about your human design reading. It would also be really awesome to do like us, you know, like our chart side by side for him to look at them.
Oh, I'd be very interested in that.
You know, because we're both 1-3s. But we also have a lot of differences. I mean, you know, I'm a Manny Gen, he's a Gen, and you know, we have different. I know we have. I mean, if we got into the gates, I mean, that could really be some clues for us.
Well, so the voice and the singing and just the lung power and the overall health and good feeling is one thing, but we also realized a lot of what we had been numbing as well, that now
it's out and it's
now
raw.
we can face and it's like, wow, yeah. So we've reached you know, because we kind of were had that habit when we first met and carry it through. So now we're kind of new people.
Yeah.
And or can now dig down to who we were and who we are and how to relate. I think it's a wonderful time to do something of that nature, especially and the human design profile is an excellent tool for that. That's a great idea.
We've known each other since we were 16. You know, we met riding bicycles in the neighborhood. That's how we met. We would ride bikes.
Yeah, she rode her bicycle by my house.
And so it began.
That was it. Serious.
And that was 40 years ago.
Wow.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff that we you think smoking pot makes you less inhibited, but since we've quit, we feel it's like that was inhibiting us.
It's the opposite.
It was like masking everything, and then you're paranoid, you know, well, you know, is somebody gonna smell it, or, you know, because it is illegal here. And so it was like we're just so much freer. yeah, but there has been a lot of raw stuff too that
So
we're facing.
yeah, she just came to me. She just one of my lyrics I've written before was, I used to win all the prizes and never even knew the game.
Mm.
And so she just came out of
Yeah,
the ether, I
The
guess.
And wouldn't leave
ethers.
him-
Yes,
I wouldn't leave him alone either.
and here we are.
Even when he asked,
40 years later.
wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm glad.
Yeah, the weed part is like, I definitely relate. I see this a lot. Like right now here in Spain where I am, a lot of youngsters are vaping it and walking around, and it's really hard. Like I've been in my days, I've used to smoke like 3 or 4 joints a day, play video games, and everything was supposedly better, you know, when you smoke, but then it becomes this jealous girlfriend, this thing you have to go back to otherwise. And then a few things, like I see it in the children here. I mean children, you know, like teenagers and stuff.
Teenagers.
You can't really talk to them. It's like the cloud is between you and them, and it takes away all of integrity, all of responsibility. You know, it's like, I mean, I can only speak about it because I've been in it. Don't think I'm judging anyone. I've been in it for so long. I would have had a house now if I if only I had saved up all the money that I smoked. And then the other thing, what was the other thing? I don't know. I don't know. I lost my train of thought right there. Anyways, yeah. So
You were saying it was just really a cloud you couldn't get through in speaking with them.
Yeah, but I wanted to say something else. It was related but unrelated, but I can't remember now. Never mind.
But yeah, it's definitely that it puts demands on you for time.
Yeah. I wasted a lot of time just, you know, smoking. And now I feel like my brain is in better shape. I feel like I can remember things. I do. And I that used to worry me about how I would forget stuff, but now it's like I can remember things better now than I could years ago. So I feel like I'm beginning with the movements we do and the dietary changes I've made and the drop in the bad habits. And weed's not the only one. I mean, you know, negative thinking and poor inner dialogue. I feel like with the changes I've made, I feel like I'm starting to age in reverse.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like body aches and stuff go, I mean, I hurt more in my late 20s than I do now. I can physically do things now that I could not when I was 30 because I had back pain, I had shoulder pain, locked shoulder, I had headaches, I had sinus problems, and you know, lots of digestive issues, you know, like weekly. But I don't have that now, you know. I don't take any medicine. I've started taking some supplements, but I just feel so much better. I'm so thankful. And gratitude, just so much gratitude.
Yeah, I've sort of been on the sidelines and watching quite the transformation, even from some of the moves she's learned from you and done on the lives, and I'm kind of passing through and doing my thing, and you know, I don't have time or whatever, you know. And I remember, but I would hear little things, and I would hear you say, "Don't watch the news." Okay,
Yeah.
I like that guy. Yeah, you know, this is cool. It's there's nothing I ever walked through and heard any you know, nothing like, who is this? You know, because it's just always been positive, but the transformation in Karen's physical strength, her balance, her endurance, and overall related attitude with the
with myself.
well, confidence.
Yeah,
I guess is
confidence.
yeah, that's you know, I feel like your guidance is has been a big part of that over the past couple of years. So, you know, so again, good stuff.
We've been working for a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I've been kind of hiding in the background or passing through, or you know, but then a few weeks ago, it's like, you know, I'm gonna do some of these moves and try some of this out for real.
And he likes it.
That's been especially has been helping me during this time of physical and mental transition. So that's much appreciated. But I believe we are healthier than we used to be.
We are. We can keep up with our kids.
Yeah.
We still like to get together with them and like play and stuff. And I'm just when it's happening, I'm like, you know, this is just like when they were little. And and it does not escape me, even when it's going on, what a blessing that is. You know, that they're not like coming to see me and having to sit with me and you know, I mean, we can get outside, we can run around, we meet at the park and go for walks, and you know, kind of, you know, do stuff, throw the frisbee, play ping pong.
We run into a lot of folks that we know or just that we meet, and we're surprised to find that they're younger than us. They have, well, I'll just say, bless their heart. As a Southern, as a North Carolina saying, you're blessed their heart.
Yeah, I'll meet someone and I'll think, oh, well, they're about my age, you know, and then I'll find out they're in their 40s.
Yeah,
you know, they're maybe 12 or 15 years younger than me, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So good. So we're just replacing habits with better habits, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
What you just said about having to be with your kids and everything, like that's like, I believe that every time I have doubts about the future, about what should I invest in, my time, my resources, who should I connect to, what is the most important thing, and I say this on the live all together, like, what good is all the money in the world, what good is all cars, all houses, all the things you will accumulate through life if you're gonna hit 60 and you're gonna have grandkids and you can't pick them up? Like, what good is anything else?
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
We've been considerably thinning out material possessions as well, and I feel like that has been we sort of had surrounded ourselves with lots of stuff that was in the way and was really blocking better things.
Yeah, remember I talked to you about it, that we had like 30 years worth of stuff
in a house, right? In a big house,
and we got rid of the house.
Yeah.
And got rid of, I mean, like truckloads of stuff.
Seriously.
I mean,
tons, literal tons. I mean, I would weigh it in, and weigh it out.
Wow.
Like at the
it was ridiculous.
Like people picking it up, or just physical trash that you take to
Yeah.
to the dump is weighed and then keeping track with it. It was really unbelievable. Still actively doing that, as a matter of fact. Really, really continuing to just pare down and so that's a good exercise and has been a good space for us.
It's been wonderful, and I can feel the change.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tangible. It's really, I think it was really important for me to have this happen in my life, because my parents are both hoarders, and so I grew up with that, and just that scarcity mindset, and they were raised by people that grew up in the Depression here.
Oh yeah, I get it.
So you never threw away anything, and you saved everything. It didn't matter if it was any good or not. You just, that was just what you did, and they still live that way. And it's very heavy.
Oh yeah.
when I go and visit them, it's very heavy, and to just be aware of that now, and that I don't live that way. I've broken the chain.
Yeah.
We don't live that way anymore. Our girls, they don't live that way. So that, if I don't do anything else in my life, I did that.
Yeah, I mean,
we broke that chain.
We did. We're talking about a lot of stuff, but we had attics and crawl spaces. Our house was kind of on a hill, so it didn't have a basement, but you could walk under there. So we had places, we had closets and cabinets. So our actual living quarters, and with the girls growing up and everything, actually was not really cluttered and stayed clean.
Yes.
We're just talking about in garage and storage buildings, off-site storage that you rent a place for your stuff to live.
That's a thing.
It's
that's crazy. A
thing. So
that's for real.
We had broken the chain long ago of
no, we didn't. We never lived in it
of what
for them.
Of what they are suffering with and have. But even clearing out those spaces that we had was enormous amounts of things. But that's something now that very gently we're trying to help our parents, or be available to help when we're invited, or try to, hey man, you can't really walk through here anymore. Can I help?
It's hard. They don't really let me in. They don't want to hear anything I have to say.
I know.
Any of my suggestions,
they're fair.
They'll change the subject or
anyone's,
tell me it's time to go now.
It's a fixed attitude that they have still.
I mean, they're in their mid-80s. So
Well, my parents are your age, and I have the same relationship with them as you have with your parents. And I guess it doesn't matter. The age.
I guess.
It's, he and I, we got married at 21, and we had our first daughter at 23, and we left town.
Yes.
We moved 100 miles away.
100 miles away.
Which is a good distance away. And then a year later, we had our second daughter. So, we grew up saying, we cannot live in this town. We want to get out of this town. We don't want to live here. And then when our first daughter was born, we looked her in the eyes, and it was like, this baby is not growing up here.
It's go time.
And it was go time. So, and they regularly thank us
Uh-huh.
for when they go visit the little town we grew up in, and the people there, when they come back, they're like, thank you so much that we did not live there. Like, we know. We know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just our parents, our friends and people that we know that live there are, it's not been a healthy place for a long time, and everyone is fixed in that world and
Oh,
not open to, you know, any suggestions or help. We're so,
they're very stuck.
yeah,
Mhm.
we make very light offers to assist here or there and have to leave it at that,
Mhm.
and and do what we can when we leave to
Mm,
to change the energies. I've been there the last 3 weeks, the last 3 Thursdays, helping with a couple of things.
helping my father.
And I noticed the first 2 trips back, that Friday I was in a bad mood. I brought it back, and
Mhm. Yeah.
I paid closer attention and had better release and had a better better way of dealing with that. So Friday was a really good day. I noticed at the end of the day, I was like, wow, okay, I
Mhm.
didn't do that this week. It's like you were speaking of day before yesterday. As on Friday, as a matter of fact, this was the
Mhm.
day after I had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your live
That was a good one,
and
Friday.
Q&A actually helped me with that
Nice.
as well. But I realized, yeah, you're talking about the energies you pick up just walking down the street, and
Mhm.
and yeah, being in the old town for the day,
Mm.
Mhm.
and the travel there and back, and the atmosphere specifically there,
Mhm.
and nothing negative. I mean,
Oh,
we had
no.
it was a nice visit with your dad, and we got some good things done, but just the energies,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know,
It's hard.
I was able to let go of last week a lot better. Again, these are the things that I realize and pay attention to now, instead of just smoking one
Mm.
and forgetting about it, or
Mhm.
It doesn't
feeling
go.
like I forgot about it, but
Yeah.
it's not
Mhm.
gone.
Really, it's just stuffing it down.
Yeah.
It does it. You're not working through it. Yeah, I get it.
And now we got like we got tools to, like, with human design, with fascia work, with qigong, with people that have already been through addictions and trauma workers and stuff like that. Like there's good stuff to replace the numbness. Whereas
Mhm.
how am I gonna, like, you feel hopeless and then you smoke one. For example, for me, it was like for years and years and years, I wouldn't stop smoking because, let's say, I would love to smoke and watch anime. I would love to smoke and watch comedies and play video games and, cuddle and have intercourse with my partner and, stuff like that. And my main thing was, how is life gonna be fun ever if I
Right.
stop smoking? Like, is the same activity gonna be good enough without it? And then I don't smoke and I watch anime and it's kind of meh, and everything becomes kind of meh. But I feel now, once we don't avoid it and get through it, then it becomes good again. Like, we have the tools for it to be good again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm my my hang up, and I have had a bit of a block for a period of time. Um, Again, I'm an instructor, I felt like I got my creative energies from that.
Mm.
I could smoke one and see the entire course from beginning to end, and like, here it is, and just write and create. And that's my last piece now. And which is part of tearing apart the office and changing everything. Changed everything and moved it all around, and I've totally, because I'm resetting that space, and I've got to put some things online and set up some courses and do some things now that I've not really done straight. So that's my current hurdle, to get over is getting back to work on some coursework, because that's my block. How can I create that? How can I think through? How can I make that happen? How can I have fun while I'm doing it?
It's going to be so much more fun now.
Yeah.
Though.
So that's what the little wall that I'm up against at the moment. The next bump. And music as well, because I would write and play, and would feel like I could relax and write lyrics and things like that as well. So the creative energies, I'm waiting to refoster in a different headspace. Because most of my stuff is, when I say creative, mine is a creative way to talk about a motor or a valve or some electrical wires or something, not on the lyrics side, but for work.
There's creative work and everything.
Yeah.
It's your craft. It's your way of teaching.
Yes.
And he's very good at it. He's very engaging. He's a very dynamic instructor. People that were in a class that he did 20 years ago will remember him, and seek him out. Hey, I was in your class and I learned this, and now I know someone that needs some training. Do you still do it? I mean, he is a very creative instructor. He's not like just standing there reading it and this is how you do it, and this, and everybody's going to sleep in class. No, he's all over the place. He's got hands on. He's calling on people. So he's that. You still have every bit of that is you.
Now, by the way, I would only be under the influence while I was doing the planning and creating the course. I always had that separation. Not to mention, if I put my hands in the wrong place, it could kill me. Touch two wires together that shouldn't be. So I was, all of the actual teaching was done straight.
Yes, absolutely.
I want to put that disclaimer in there. But thank you, Davey. I'm going to try to get it back. I've got a new office.
Oh yeah, he totally dumped the whole room out 2 days ago and completely changed it. So that we looked up gene keys, and it tells you it gives you some very clear things. And one of his was that he's supposed to do that. He's supposed to empty out and change things constantly. One day he may be, what was it? One day you wear red and the next day you wear blue.
One day I would be a vegetarian and the next day I would eat meat.
Yeah.
Or change in spaces.
Your environments.
That helped me to read that, because I used to wonder what is wrong with me. I can't leave it alone. I tear my truck apart and reset it, or tear out a room or an office and reset it in a different way. And I'm like, why can't I just be and go to work in here?
Yeah.
and I'm churning, but
That's what's healthy for you.
so that Gene Keys helped me at least with a valid excuse for that.
Yeah, we just began that. That's like a whole other thing that I totally want to dive into that. But
Which
it's just the very
yeah,
beginning.
also an interesting contrast when we read each other's.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting contrast.
Yeah, so perhaps we could schedule a meeting with you. I don't know if I know you guys have done a kind of an individual human design thing.
Yeah, you can
So-
go on his website and pick a date that
Perhaps,
works for you.
yeah, perhaps we could do an individual one, and then maybe we could do one as a pair.
Yeah, for sure.
What about now when we usually do these Zoom meetings, there's going to be there's going to be other people here, lots of other people, right? Lots. We're going to get lots of people in here.
It will be out of control. Not everyone is going to have turns to speak. How many people are going to have?
The League of Wanderers is going to be like a ginormous league.
Yes.
So do you have some ideas of things you'd like to discuss with of all of our like-minded wanderers? So be thinking of ideas you want to.
Okay.
Because I know you've got a lot of ideas that you want to discuss with people. I have a couple, as you might imagine, since I brought this up. Like I want to talk about crystals and stones.
Okay.
Because I have a large collection, and I know what all of them are. And I have an encyclopedia of crystals. So that's one thing I'm hoping people will be interested in. What about you? You have maybe we could do a intro to Gene Keys.
Too, absolutely,
because you know some Gene Keys stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
And your library. I mean, just spin the Rolodex and pull a card. I mean, anything in your library is interesting.
Oh, you mean like a book club or reading or like researching stuff about something together?
Yeah, just seeing what hits with the group.
Yeah.
Because I really have been excited about this, and I really want there to be a bunch of people on.
Me too.
You talked about in the lives you're just looking at your own face, and you want to look at everybody else.
Yeah, I want to feel. Yeah, I want to feel some human on the other side.
Sorry, you just stuck with us today, man.
No.
How about Louise Hay?
Oh gosh, yes. So I don't know if you read Louise Hay, but I really love her, and I'm constantly referring to her book. You Can Change Your Life, and I love reading the meanings of different things, like where you have things going on in your body, and the affirmations for those. And David has heard me reading the affirmations, and he said you should totally do a thing on that.
Are you familiar with her?
I've only seen some like quotes on social media. I haven't actually read anything yet.
So the particular book that Karen has,
You Can Change Your Life.
Is it would you say metaphysical? I mean, there's this particular,
but she is just awesome.
She identifies, in other words, I hurt my finger and my thumb, as a matter of fact, about a month ago, and I've repeatedly hurt the same thumb in different ways, but it is just, I cannot get a break.
It's a message
for this thumb. And this book deals with, well, it's your right hand and it's the fingers, so it has to do with and your fingers have to do with the details in life, which but she gives a particular meaning, and then an affirmation, and then something that you can do to to let go of that. It's just interesting for self-reflection. And as a matter of fact, since you've read that, and I kind of repeated that 2 or 3 times. I don't think I've hurt this thumb this week.
Oh,
It's
So
kind of strange how it works, but I
oh
have
yeah.
found the exact same thing to be true. It's like, that's the third time that I've jammed this finger. What is the message I'm supposed to be getting? And so I
Uh-huh.
would go read it, and I would just, I would say the affirmation, and I would say it again, and then it would kind of just be like
yeah,
on playback in my brain.
Mm,
And then later it would kind of like I'd get it,
mm,
you
mhm,
know. I have just found it helpful for me. And her affirmations are just so comforting and loving and positive, and she's just got so much just spunk and confidence. I just get so much out of it.
her
mm.
definitions are pretty on point. Karen and I will read these together, and
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 look at the other one like,
I'll be like, "Whoa, that sounds like me," and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's." So you get where, yeah, it's
I think you'd like her.
Mhm.
I think you'd like her book.
but that's would be an interesting
Yeah, I think
study.
that'd be a good conversation to have with a group.
It would.
Um,
Yeah,
I
I see more. I don't like these days, I really don't have the headspace to read stuff. I really see it, you two presenting it to the group.
mm,
Oh, fascinating.
oh, how you like them apples?
I like it. I told you that
Yeah.
I could support you doing it.
When I read her stuff, I feel my voice,
Mm,
like I can
mhm.
tell this literally resonates with me, and it comes out through my voice when I read her. Um, there's just certain things, you can tell this is something I'm supposed to do. Like,
That's that's really see, that's a great instructor tactic. He just assigned us a project.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
see, and that's something that might would that's going to interest people that come on to the call, and it's going to engage them in 2 different ways. You know, like hopefully, wow, that sounds cool. So I want to hear Karen talk about that, or whatever. And the second way is, oh man, I've got to show up
Mm,
because I got a project as well, or a little reading assignment, or I don't know. It's something in a light way, perhaps could be
mm.
all of us could kind of share.
mm-hmm.
Thank you
Or
for that.
yeah,
Thank you for that instructor insight.
yeah, because it is nice to just I enjoy the lives and the feedback on the chat and that sort of thing, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also nice to just talk
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
um, and brainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to like getting Cat Blue on here, and
Mm-hmm.
Christina,
Mm-hmm.
and oh gosh, all of them, Jolynn and Alma, Sarah, all the long term, Amok that's joined us
Mm-hmm.
a time, Sean, I think it's Sean, or has joined us a few times, and anybody else, that likes the stuff we talk about. It's gonna be it's gonna
yeah,
be great.
Cat
another
Cat Blue
Oh,
said she might join next year, so that's like a month away.
mm-hmm,
But I'm thinking maybe doing like sending some of the people like hop on Sunday let's say when you guys prepare the Louise Hay stuff or whatever, or when we get maybe a few more people, or just at some point giving them like, hey, come on, hop on a call like for free for once, or like
Yeah,
Yeah,
once every month the call is free or something like that.
I
that's a
love
great
that.
idea.
That's very generous of you.
I mean, this helps me too. It's mind-boggling for me to sometimes to make it a membership, because I'm also learning. I'm also having fun, you know.
Mhm.
And it's weird having a business where I help others, but I enjoy helping others, and you guys help me as well. But yeah, we'll see
Mhm.
how it flows.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but that's a great idea though. That'll I'm sure get some more interest.
Absolutely. Like give them a little taste, and then they're
Mhm.
gonna want some more. I love how you end the lives. You're like, I've come up with something really epic. And when you're talking like that, I know what he's gonna do. I know what he's gonna do. And I'm like cracking up. But that's like classic, like leave them wanting more. That's
Yeah.
classic. That's so funny.
Oh,
I love that.
I was laughing anyway at you guys' connection. I can be there was one day a couple of weeks ago where you were on a live and you were like, okay, what can we do next? And she said it.
I said, draw the arrow.
Yeah, you were like, draw the arrow. And you were like, and you just said, let's just draw the arrow. And I was off to the side. I was like,
I knew what was
real,
next.
you know,
Into the ether like that. You
yeah,
shot the
yeah.
arrow into the ether, and
Divine. I have had fine throat center.
Mhm.
It could travel all the way to Spain.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I was sad to hear that some of their original housing arrangements did not work out. I hope you're comfortable and things are going well where you're settled now.
Malaga. How could it not be? I pulled it up on Google and was looking at this beautiful place. I'm like, yeah, he's doing fine. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful there. I hope you're enjoying it.
It is. I like what you said, David, about the original housing. I feel like it was the universe kind of like, nah, there's a better place for you.
All right.
But it got you there.
Yeah, that
Or
is
if you would, I mean, would you have planned on going to Spain otherwise? You know, so
I mean, I planned on going to Spain, but I didn't plan on staying at Malaga, right? So, but this place has like a lot of young people, and it gives me more time to make stuff like this group and everything that I do. Whereas if I stayed on the farm, it might be different. It might be just alive. It might be less work on courses, less work with people one-on-one. So I guess it really pushed me into, okay, this might be kind of safer, safer, let's say, but this, I really felt like you can do more like this.
okay.
All right. Well, you're doing good stuff, man.
Thanks.
You're helping a lot of people.
Yeah. He's not an easy convert. So this is you did this. This is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm fairly skeptical about everything.
No, that's good. Critical thinking. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be easily persuaded onto like cults and stuff, and you should have a good filter. That is a good trait.
Yeah, and now my filter is straight.
Yeah, so thanks for all the work you've been doing.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
And so
So are we the original leaguers now? The original wanderers? And
The
I guess
pillars,
so.
the core pillars. Yeah.
All right.
I could not believe it. I just assumed that we'd have at least a few of the group on here.
So this will be the same time every Sunday?
Yeah. Unless, I don't know, unless we get a bunch more people that say, let's go 1 hour earlier, then we can, like, what the majority, I guess, is
Yeah,
feels comfortable.
No.
Yay.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll put it on my calendar. We'll be here. We'll be here.
And like I said, if you have any friends in real life, invite them. And maybe if you have friends somewhere in the world, other that would love to join, definitely.
All right. And I love the artwork, by the way, for the league and what you sent with the invitation.
Oh
That is awesome.
where you're like reaching into the portal.
Oh wow.
I love that.
Yeah, that's really but also thank you so much for the artwork that you have sent Karen, and you know, it is such a nice addition to our space. So we've always got your good energies in here, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I just want to say, I feel like my artwork arrived just after you've decluttered a lot of stuff, right?
Yes.
So that's amazing.
Oh yeah. Yes. Like I said, we made room for some good things to come in. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect.
I show it to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Anybody that comes over here, I'm like, look what he sent me.
Yeah.
We got to see this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, there's more. There's some more here.
Yeah, I mean the larger piece is literally on our mantle. You know,
I sent him a picture with the
cool.
Lights and the plants.
Cool. Yeah. But she's our decorator. Yeah, but we appreciate it. And thank you for the time today, man. And
yeah, thanks for your time.
And for keeping this on, even though it was just us two as well.
Oh no, it's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's, I know you're in business in one sense. But at the same time, there's a lot of folks that would have done something differently with only us signed up.
Yeah, it's so much more.
Yeah,
and that's why we have to. That's why.
Yeah,
so much more.
And she can tell you, I understand as well, keeping it on for even 1 or 2.
Yeah, he's had classes where he keeps it on just for one person.
Yeah.
We gotta set the pace. We gotta be.
Yeah. Well, I know our time is up. I do hope you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And thank you. We will see you again soon.
All right. I always have a very difficult way of like ending stuff, and I don't know what to say to make it great. So to make it great, I'm just gonna say peace, health, and abundance. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, ask a question, or share your story. Check out my audio courses: Human Design Basics, Intermediate and Advanced, Human Design Projector Masterclass, and Elemental Balancing course. You can listen to the first lesson of each course for free. Once purchased, stream as much as you like and learn at your own pace. Check out the testimonials from happy students. Join the League of Wanderers community. You can join on the weekly community and support calls. You can book one-on-one personal human design reading and coaching calls with me. You can join us on the Insight Timer app for stress release movement classes and Q&A sessions. There is a newsletter you can sign up for, and there are my free ebooks to download. My merch web shop is available if you would like to get my original artwork and designs printed on a variety of high-quality products. You can also contact me for commissions and graphic design work. Last but not least, you can follow me on Instagram. All the mentioned services and offerings can be found on icreatelines.com, and also check out the description of the video for more details. If you have any questions of any kind, if you would like to collaborate, if you want to come on a podcast, or you have suggestions and feedback, don't hesitate to contact me. I wish everyone peace, health, and abundance.